Hey everyone, my name is Bailey Pixton, and this video is to talk about my internship with LadyBossBlogger and how I got the internship and my process with the internship that I have and the job that I performed for them. So I first heard about LadyBossBlogger on an app called Handshake within our school's job application system. So I was very excited to find out about this internship because, first of all, it was a graphic design internship. It was remote, so it was very nice for when we were in the middle of a pandemic. We still are, but it was the very beginning of the pandemic, and so I wanted to have that internship, but didn't really have the tools and the resources to be able to go out and get an in-person internship at the time. So let's get down to the nitty-grittiness of how I created these illustrations. Okay, so here is the first part of my illustration technique and process for doing illustrations for the LadyBossBlogger internship. So as you can see, I am currently working on filling in the hair, illustrating that part of the person that I was working on at the time. So what I would normally do first is I will put the reference photo that I have into the app called Procreate on my iPad. I would then reference that photo and illustrate the person in a sketch illustration first. I would then bring it into Photoshop and I would go and create new layers, create and organize everything so that it flowed better and was a very quick and simple task that would normally last an hour, but because of the organization and labeling of my layers, it made it super simple, super fast, super easy. So as you can see on my layers panel, I started off with the color, and then I'd break everything down from hair to eyes to the face to the clothes to everything, so everything would have its own little layer. And I would go in and highlight and add any special details with a mixer brush tool that I had custom made and created within the Photoshop application. So I would use my Wacom Intus tablet to create these illustrations on Photoshop, and I would go and just do each layer, like I said, create the highlights, create the shadows, and use that smudge brush tool to create those in-depth, detailed shadows and highlights for the person. Now, I would normally go outside the lines and then erase so that I don't have any white space or any empty space remaining. And as you can see on here with the skin tones, I started off with my original creation of skin tones and then referenced my other illustrations from there and would just do skin tone panels from there and would continue to use the skin tones that I had created from the very beginning. So these are all hand-done skin tone designs, and I would go and just create them, make them look good, change the hue and saturation so that it matched the person, and I would use that reference photo to make sure that that skin tone matched the person. The background pink color was the defined background color that I had to use for LadyBossBlogger course, and it was nice because it kind of made all of the illustrations come together as a theme. So as you can see here, I would then save my illustrations as my normal default square so that they would fit and be the perfect Instagram size for posting. I would then bring it into the InDesign file and would create a line of text on top of their illustrations as a review that they have either said on Facebook LadyBossBlogger page, and go to the review section, and if they have left a review, I will take that review and put it on their page for the Instagram post. If they haven't, I would go to their blog and take the most important part from their blog and create an Instagram post from there. So what I would do is I'd take it into the text edit box. I would type out what I want to say and make sure everything flows, everything looks good, everything's spelled correctly. And then I would bring it into InDesign and paste it on top of the ladies that were being featured for the week. So I'd have to do 3 lines of text for anything that they say and go from there, and it had to be something memorable and relevant to the course that they'd taken. And then I would save them with their specific names of the ladies and then send it off to my boss. From there, she'd approve them, and within our phone call, she'd go through each one, read each section, make sure that the wording was correct, and if not, we'd go and correct it. If there was any issues with the illustrations in general, she would help me and critique me to what she wanted it to look like and what she wanted to be fixed. From there, we would save them, we would upload them to a platform called Planoly, and I would then create each Instagram post to be ready for Instagram. So what I'm doing here is I am using a review that they've used off of either Facebook or off of their blogging page. I would then go to the Excel sheet that we have with all the Instagram influencer ladies, any of the ladies that have taken our course. It has all of their information, website, Instagram page, Instagram tag, and from there, I would go get their Instagram tag label, bring it into the post so that when I went to post the Instagram page, it would tag them and they would see the illustration and the review. From there, I would create the location, create the tags, set the date for the specific time that it needed to be posted. For my posts, I would post them every other day, and it would be at 7 p.m. So with each one, I would create that post, make sure each post is all good to go, there's no spelling errors, hit save, and then make sure that everything is good to go for the week. Well, there you have it. That is how I do my illustration process and posting for LadyBossBlogger and the internship that I had. I gained new experiences of learning how to do different illustration techniques. I've gone from doing the basic illustrations to now knowing how to do highlights, better skin tones, and making the person look more lifelike than just a basic illustration. So I'd say I really found my illustration style, and I could say now that I could probably illustrate a person in my sleep. But that is the best part about it, is I gained so much experience that I'd never give it back for the world. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.